impromptu hunt. I've been slacking big time, guys, because of the weather. Too cold. Haven't been checking. Gotta check. I'm not expecting anything. Oh, they did get a few new Matchbox, though. Oh, I like that one. I got the one that's like the girl's father off of Ferris Bueller's last time it came out. Same crap, same crap, same crap. That's why I haven't been checking. It's still in semi-drought mode. Mud Blasters, that's a new end cap. I wonder if there's any chases in these. We missed the re-up of these, but we already have the chase from those, so we're okay with that. It seems like just yesterday it was summer, and right about this spot here we saw
like butterfly.
Plus you like it. If there's any plus about this little car, well, there's a few pluses, but the heater works really good. But I redid the thermostat a couple years back, so that's probably why. But this thing blasts nice dry heat, and I love it. Anyway, we're gonna get at the Fast and Furious Chevelle or Malibu, whichever one it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. You guys know which one I'm talking about. It's the one in gray primer. Johnny Lightning, from my research, only did 2 cars for Fast and the Furious in 1 of 18 scale, and it was that Chevelle Malibu. And I think it's because it was such a nice casting, because honestly, the first one took heck of a good shots, hella good shots. So I'm looking forward to this. We do still have that Authentics, the other Authentics Camaro. I'm looking forward to that, doing that with all the glamour shots and everything in the same video. Really looking forward to doing that one. Plus, that one is 3 years newer, so I want to see if there's anything that they might have changed with it, you know? So, looking forward to these ones. Looking forward to getting into this one, guys. You remember we did its red counterpart. Looking forward to seeing the changes that Dom made, because apparently this is the car that Dom changed the appearance of in the movie. You guys remember I'm a big fan of the first 3 movies, especially the first one, but I am a fan of this car in the primer looking finish. And the red one took a really nice picture itself. So I'm looking forward to getting into this one, guys. Actually, starting the video a little bit late tonight, guys. It's 10 p.m. Tuesday night retro time. What happened today was I went into work, and this morning, guys, let me tell you, the Mazda was a snowball, okay? It looked like a snowball. She was angry when I started her, let me tell you, but once she warmed up, she was okay. Got to work, and I thought, man, I don't like this weather. The car doesn't like it. Just cold, right? I'm getting old. And at the end of the day, my boss came up to me. It was a real easy shift because we got everything running efficient and everything now. And my boss came up at the end of the day and said, so you know you're off tomorrow, right? And I went, oh, because I put my vacation days, I kind of sprinkled them throughout the year here and there. So I am off tomorrow. So we can get right into this. We were right out of Pepsi, guys. Had to go get Pepsi. Now this is mint. If you guys remember, we did the red one. So Johnny Lightning, for Fast and Furious cars, from my research, the only ones in 1 of 18 they did was this. And this, that we've already unboxed. And that took nice pictures, surprisingly. And it was very well done. From what we can figure out, maybe they had the Fast and Furious licensing, but the only cast, like, and they were focusing on the smaller stuff, but they had a Chevelle anyway. So they figured may as well do a Chevelle, right? Get all the cars they can out of it. Now, whoever had this, the box is mint, guys. He's had good luck with places with, well, the Canadian 1 of 18 group is excellent. He gets a lot of them out of there. This, believe it or not, is from back in 2010, okay? Just gonna shower, we're cozy, let's get into it. So the one side is still factory sealed. The other side, somebody did de-strap it. Whoever originally owned the car knew to de-strap it. So it looks like they went in, de-strapped it. Gotta be careful with the tab because the tab is not all worn out on it. Oh yeah, it's still got the original tape and all that. See, sometimes, guys, over the years, these cars go through a lot of hands, and you can tell the ones that haven't. And lately, Stretch has been lucking out with ones that haven't. Like, you can see the ribs on top of the box. I'll get see if I can get the light. There you go. See those ribs? Not much shelf wear. It hasn't been moved around a lot. Like, sometimes cars get sold over and over. They move over and over. Beautiful. So again, guys, any new collectors, you want to keep the box as nice as you can. The only thing we throw out is straps. We keep all the plastic inserts. So I will read you the back of the box. It's probably pretty generic. The original, Fast and Furious, new model, original parts. The original cast is back for the latest high-octane action thriller. When a crime brings them back to LA, fugitive ex-con Dom Toretto reignites his feud with Agent Brian O'Connor, but as they are forced to confront a shared enemy, Dom and Brian must give in to an uncertain new trust if they hope to outmaneuver him. And from convoy heists to precision tunnel crawls across international lines, two men will find the best way to get revenge, push the limits of what's possible behind the wheel. FastandFurious.net, UniversalStudios.com. And we believe the red one that he got first, that's the harder of the two to get, from what we believe. It's the same car from what we see. The only difference is different wheels, and obviously this one's in primer. Now I'm wondering about the 2-lane blacktop cars that's coming. You guys know those aren't numbered, or like, they're not limited production. Reason they're so expensive and scarce is because a large number of them had diecast cancer, zinc cancer, and just fell apart. People threw them away, whatever. So to get a good example of one, it's going to cost you $200 or $250, right? But I'm wondering if a large number of them didn't have it because they're in primer. Because don't forget, paint is a protective coating, right? So it'd be interesting to hear if there was problems with a lot of these guys. Come to think of it. But you never know. Anyway, getting down to business. I figure we'll do the Fast and Furious, this guy next, because we just did an Authentics Camaro on the live. I am looking forward to doing the Authentics Camaro we're doing next, though, because it's 3 years newer than the one that we did on the live. So it's going to be interesting to see if they've made any changes to it. Okay, so this is just 2 Phillips. Easy peasy. Don't even got to change little stubby. Big stubby. Don't even got to change it, although we do have to set it. Oh, easy peasy. Yeah, so far this box and everything's nice and crisp. It's easy to deal with. Hasn't been abused. The screws are not all grounded down. Actually, it does have straps on it. What am I talking about? Earlier I said the guy had it out to de-strap it. Thought I heard Glenn coming in, but it wasn't Glenn. It's the ghost. So, as you can see so you can see the ribs on it still. I noticed all that little stuff, original tape on it holding it together. Keep the cardboard with the original tape holding it if you can, but a lot of times you open it up, the tape's just gone because it's old. De-strapping, guys, try to do it on the bottom if you're going to use a knife away from the car, although a lot of the straps you don't need a knife. Like these ones, if I can grab them. Nope, gonna get a knife. I actually got the knife. But yeah, you do it away from the paint and away from yourself, obviously. So I like to do it on the bottom of the car. Make sure there's no mishaps. Imagine de-strapping a real expensive one and having a mishap and dinging the paint. I think that's going to take nice pictures. I like the look of it just being in primer. So you guys remember, I'm more of a first movie guy. First, second, and third movie. I'm not familiar with the later ones. I actually posted the pictures of my photo shoot to Facebook today of the, well, there you go, you see it right here. But yeah, they take beautiful pictures. That's the Racing Champions Supra and Racing Champions Charger. For the Supra, you know to go with the Charger, but or for the Racing Champions, to go with the Supra. For the Charger, if you want the best of the best, 1 of 18, you want that Hot Wheels Elite. But you get what you can afford. And this looks like it's going to sit awesome. I think that's, yeah, I think it looks great. So trunk does not open. I did not expect it to. No number, nothing. We didn't expect a number, but nothing on the bottom number-wise. I do love the primer. I like the wheels with it. Doors open nice. Good job, JL. Yeah, I can see why they did it. That's a worthy casting. If they had it anyway, which they did. Now, what do you say we have a look at the best here? I'll give you guys a look first. I haven't seen it. Is it going to be a 350 in it? Probably not. Probably the big guy. Oh, what's going on here?
You're fired, okay? You didn't follow proto, bitch.
Okay. Sometimes the hoods, it doesn't matter what the company is, you still have some paint in it. There we go. Just gotta make sure when you start getting it, you don't start bending. If it's not gonna give, don't try to do it. We got this one though, luckily. Okay. And over time they did that actually. No painted parts, but plated parts. See if I can get some pictures of the red one to compare it with you guys. Because I did do glamour shots, don't forget. Red one was popping in pictures. And this is good, guys. This is one of those crossover cars. So even if you're not, let's say you don't like Fast and Furious or you don't like Vin Diesel, whatever. If you're a fan of the Chevelle and you don't want one with like fancy, bright colors, loud colors, or a big blower sticking out of the hood, or radically modified, you just want like a Survivor looking car. That looks pretty awesome. I like the look of it. And it actually does look like primer. So that is that rattling sound. So I was going to mention it to Stretch. When it was in the box, there was a rattling sound that sounded like a loose part, but it's just the driver's seat moving around. Moves a little bit more than the passenger seat. But as long as she's not broken, we're okay. Okay, what do you say we have a look at this up under the bright lights? Let's go. By the way, big thank you to Stretch. This is from the Stretch collection of cars. Basically, we are waiting because we got the 2-lane blacktop in another day or two. I finished payment on that. It's going to be shipped to us. We got the Herbie scooter coming, although it might be a bit late because we just got dumped on with a bunch of snow. We got good stuff coming. We got that other General Lee car that's going to be coming, that most expensive barn find car. But he seen that we were going to have a little bit of a lull while we're waiting for these cars. So him coming from the same streets that I came from, he basically gave us a front until payday. See, even if you forget about the Fast and Furious license, take the Fast and Furious out of it and just think Malibu or Chevelle. I always get the two mixed up. Malibu, no, it's a Chevelle, I believe. Yep, can tell by the back. But take that out of it, I just think it looks awesome in primer. It's something that doesn't have a blower out of the hood. Like you guys know, these cars are usually done right up in bright red usually. Although the other one that we unboxed in bright red looked pretty amazing. So that was a dumb analogy actually, guys. But you guys get the point. Sometimes I like the way they look just in survivor mode, you know what I mean? And this looks like a survivor car. Giving a little gander. Now the interior is not horrible, but this is an interior that if you were daring and had a chrome paint pen, you could maybe do a couple things in there. Even do the little knob on the glove box silver maybe. Do that. That's a cool little detail. It's not a molded door handle. Despite being in primer, I do like how they kept the SS badging on it though. But yeah, the door handles like that, instead of being molded or painted on, always a bonus. See, the interior is not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. I would keep it as it is. I wouldn't screw with it. Chrome paint pens, touching them up is more like for Maestos and cars without value, not licensed. You know what I mean? Like you can't. I like the little gear shift on it too. I was gonna say I don't know if that's factory, but I think it might be because I remember some of the old like early 70s Monte Carlos had that. There's those different wheels and rims in the last release. Oh, I do like how they made the they made the one part of it look like it's aluminum and then chrome heads. See that? Different coloring. I like that. I think that's okay for Johnny Lightning for the period. Overall, guys, I'm a fan of it as long as you're not paying too much. Like, it's not a $250 car. But I'm a fan of it. I like the way it sits and everything. Like the primer look. I know, guys, I'm a weirdo for that primer look. Don't forget the RWB Porsche that I went with. I needed at least one of 18 scale RWB Porsche in my collection. And you remember which one I went with. That guy right there, murdered out the Darth Vader. I have different tastes than a lot of people. And this is why... Okay, before we get into the glamour shots, guys, I'll explain something quick. I unbox everything on this channel. I don't turn down one of 18 scale cars to unbox. I'll give you an example. There was a car up at Stretch's the other day that's a Dale Earnhardt something. One of 18 scale, I don't want to ruin the surprise. But he said, oh, I got this. I really like it, blah, blah, blah. I know you're not going to unbox it. It's not your thing. I said, well, that's the thing. I unbox anything because... it can't just be what I like, because I wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people wouldn't watch if it was just stuff that I like. So if anybody ever says, why is he doing that car? That's why, because we don't discriminate here at the Retro Collectibles Look-See set. Everyone goes to court. I always say when it comes to these diecast cars, pictures speak louder than words, and this thing was an easy car to shoot. Underrated, all the pictures were taken pretty much one take. A lot of these cars, it's probably because it's in primer, it's not all shiny. But it liked the camera, and I like the look of it. If I'm a fan of Chevelles, not even Fast and Furious, I'm going to pick one of these up just because I like that primer look of it. The only thing that is a problem on it is the hood. Look at that, guys. Look at the way it sits. The only thing that's a problem is the hood hinges with a little bit too much primer. Oh, here we go, guys. Look at this. Boom! Before I forget, guys, we got a correction to make. I unbox a lot of cars, so sometimes I forget when I have unboxed one. I said in the last video, and I believe I might have said it earlier in this video, that I've never unboxed a Greenlight Fast and Furious car, other than the Grand Sport Corvette that we just did. This guy, Dom's, I was mistaken. We did do one other Greenlight Fast and Furious car, and it was this guy here by the Artisan line. So, my bad. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed another unboxing at the Cowie Diecast Museum. Another car from the Stretch collection was up on the Look-See set under the bright lights. Hope if you're wherever there's snow, you're safe. But I hope wherever you are, you're safe, whether there's snow or not. You guys know what I'm going to say. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Do me a favor on the way out and give the like button a smash for me. Make sure it gets my videos out to the other collectors. You guys heard I almost made a mistake there. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Gets my most recent videos, and when I go live, you'll see that I'm actually live. And as always, guys, the most important thing in all this weird weather we're getting, but wherever you're at, stay safe and happy hunting.